Hi, Muna, instead. Oh, my. And she was telling us the amazing story of Lillian. She's a Rwandan living in Cameroon with a heart of gold for our nationals from the southwest and the northwest region who've been displaced. And she's contributing in her own way, and I find that really beautiful. So congrats to you, Lillian. And sometime in the future, you'll be right here with me. I know we've been postponing it, but definitely it will happen. That said, it's time for us to talk about the day, the International Day of a Mother Tongue. And she was here some time back. We just love having her because she's so passionate about this topic. Representing reference citizens, Carole KAYUM is with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome back.
Thank you, Patience.
Okay, so I know you've been here before and we've had this conversation slightly, but I always think there's something that we can learn. Maybe you remind people why in the world there is an International Mother Tongue Day.
Yeah, this is an initiative of Bangladesh, which was approved by the UNESCO General Conference in 1999. And since 2000, all nations have been observing that day.
Yes. Why is it important?
It is important because UNESCO believes that multilingualism or language is important in education. It's important for social inclusion. Yes. That everybody, when you start learning, for instance, when children start learning at the early stage, they start learning with their mother tongue or their first language, it is important for them. And those who started with their mother tongue, later on you find out that they are really doing good in their education. So it is very important that we start doing things with our education. We, in society, we mingle with our mother tongue. In school, we'll learn with our mother tongue. It is very important.
And from your observation, I know you're here representing reference citizens. Before we get into the crux of what you do you observe that we're fully embracing our mother tongue and its importance in Cameroon?
Well, I think in families people are trying, but with globalization, some families are really losing those values. Gotcha. You'll see we'll be speaking more of official languages in Cameroon, like French and English. But now the government is doing a lot so that it should, our mother tongues should be promoted. That's why now you realize that since 29 in ENS, École Normale Supérieure, Higher Teacher Training School of Yaoundé, teachers have been trained to teach national languages in colleges, in high schools, and that's already observed in many schools here in Lycée Général Leclerc, in many schools, nationwide.
And I love that because at a very tender age, they are familiar with what is ours, our own culture, and they embrace that.
Yeah, and not also only have projects like the LAMP project at the basic education level. They are really, they've been experiencing this multilingualism education from primary school, from class 1. So the children are learning in their mother tongue.
So tell us about what you are doing to contribute to this.
Okay, so Reference Citizens is an association that promotes citizenship education via arts and cultures. What we do is that we have many activities that encourage citizens to use their mother tongues, to use their local languages. And in schools also, we have implemented what we call the Pitango clubs. In the Pitango clubs in schools, the students themselves take care of their own education. That's their own sensitization to citizenship education, and they do that via arts and cultures. So generally, what happens is that we give them a series of themes or topics that have to do with moral education, citizenship education, cultural inclusion and promotion. And they themselves, they produce artistic works. That could be songs, they could be poems, they could be sketches on the topics given to them. Let's take, for instance, no to abortion or the importance of mother tongue. Now they produce the messages and they will have to summarize in their local languages. That's any local language of their choice. That's how we bring them to be speaking their local languages, and also to take care of their own sensitization. They need to know that violence is not good, but they themselves produce the messages and they themselves present the messages, but now they do it via arts via cultures.
And it just goes in hand with the theme of this year, fostering multilingualism for inclusion in education and society, especially in these times of COVID-19.
Yeah.
I'm sure you worked on some messaging.
Yeah, during the COVID-19 period, reference citizens in Africa, yes, they sent messages in their mother tongue, in their local languages. So reference citizens had about 31 languages. Yes, we had messages in about 31 languages. And in all those countries, people were going around as a lockdown could permit, that's as much as lockdown could permit, they could go around and sensitize people in the local languages. So try to pass on the messages sent by
the World Health Organization.
World Health Organization in the local languages, so that the citizens in their localities, they should know what the World Health Organization wants us to observe as measures.
Yes, so I think it's an important addition to our communities. Not everyone is familiar with English or French or the official languages, but just that local take on a pandemic like this will make them feel more included and help them understand better. Now, Carole, if we want some more information about Reference Citizens, where do we go?
You go to our Facebook page, Reference Citizens, and on YouTube you'll also have many videos in local languages that will help you learn your local languages. And I also want to tell you that on Sunday we have an international webinar, and we'll have speakers from many countries, Togo, professors from the University of in South Africa, in Kenya, will all be talking around this theme, fostering multilingualism in social inclusion and education. So I want to invite all of you to join us on our Facebook page, and you'll have the link to the Zoom site, so that together we talk about this.
Thank you again, Carole, KAYUM. And I'm sure our producer, Leo Kadi, is going to maybe put a little clip of some of the reference citizens saying something in their local language as a transition into the second part of the program. But as usual, I tell you, anytime you're welcome here.
Thank you, Patience. It's a pleasure.
Okay. So
and thanks, CRTV, for always giving me the opportunity to come and talk about these things.
You have a lot to say that's helpful, so we'll keep inviting you.
Oh, thank you.
Until then, let's get some information in the local language.
Asifunze
Hikimut alamanigi hoblitenje ayipot hobasorobe.
Nola, aku maya kana makumkong ka mo.
Yali haindraha bisabina.
mina miasro miadek begboglo.
Ezali malamu ete koloba pe koyokola nzinga ya bomama na biso.